is happening, guys? My name is Jamie and today we are reviewing Jinjer's new album that they just released a few weeks ago, Macro. This album is a good album and today I am going to basically give you my thoughts of what I thought about the album. And you know what? The overall production of this album is pretty good. At first I wasn't really into Vlad's snare, but as you listen to this album multiple times, you start to really appreciate the intricate drum patterns. The overall instrumentals in this album are so distinct and warm at times, but yet resembles such a heavy element of what Jinjer is. I just absolutely love the use of the and drum fills by Vlad as well, along with that awesome grittiness of that guitar. Songs such as On the Top, Pit of Consciousness, and The Signal, Judgment and Punishment. I gotta say, throughout my listening experience of Macro, is that this album does get a lot better. My first initial listen, I wasn't really too keen on it, but as you move on to second, third and fourth listen, the album gets so much better, especially when you dive deep into the actual meanings of the song. Tatiana's vocals are just astounding in this. I just absolutely love the harsh, aggressive vocals. Her growls are just incredible, so deep and demonic at times, but yet she can also sing like an angel. Her voice is angelic, especially through choruses as well. Amazing clean vocals, and there's also some really nice jazzy swing sections throughout songs like Pausing Deaf and Home Back. Really enjoy the overall dynamic feel of this album as well. So the production was very good. I really did enjoy the production. Love how prominent the bass is. Eugene's bass is very prominent. And yes, I just absolutely love the drum fills and blast beats throughout some of these songs. You get amazing blast beats throughout The Prophecy and Home Back, and also Judgment and Punishment. Unexpected blast beats, but damn enticing to the listener. Jinjer really explored different sounds throughout this album, such incorporating reggae style throughout a song called Judgment and Punishment. But I think Judgment and Punishment was a really interesting way to incorporate that sort of reggae and funky style, even Bob Marley style, to the song, and you could tell that Tatiana or Jinjer were inspired. So the album kicks off with On the Top, which is a pretty heavy song. I really love the grittiness of the bass along with the awesome drum fills by Vlad. The guitar's absolutely magnificent, and you get some really good guitar licks and bass licks throughout the song. Now, understanding what the song is about, I think Tatiana is definitely talking about, or Jinjer themselves talking about, what if you make it to the top? Is there a reason to make it to the top? If we make it to the top, are we going to really be happy? Is it worth climbing the ladder to the top? Are you actually going to find true happiness or not? Are you actually going to find success? Will you be happy if you're on the top? But overall, a pretty stellar song by Jinjer. Really did enjoy it. Eugene really stars throughout this song. Hear the grittiness of that bass. Leads on to Pit of Consciousness, which is a very interesting song overall. So I absolutely love the actual meaning of the song. It's talking about maybe your personality is changing as you are as you're progressing throughout life, and maybe your thoughts are really interchangeable themselves. Are you looking yourself now as a foreigner? That's what I was getting from this song, and it's definitely, you could definitely say they are talking about their touring days. And although Jinjer have gone through such harsh and violent times throughout their band, as mentioned throughout songs like Pausing Deaf and Home Back, you can really accumulate stories of what is happening to Jinjer. And in this song, you could tell that this is really deep and emotional towards Jinjer, as Tatiana uses those aggressive, harsh, death metal vocals that just escalates the song. And this is all about Jinjer touring. Jinjer trying to find themselves after many years of touring, thinking that we are becoming foreigners to ourselves now. Like, do we actually know this person? So overall, this is a psychological song, a thriller as well. Nice guitar lead, nice drumming by Vlad as well. Awesome bass by Eugene. Overall, it's a fantastic song. Tatiana's vocals are just magnificent in this. So the album just gets a whole lot better when you incorporate Judgment and Punishment in this album, and I really love this song as well. I love the reggae feel throughout this song. Nice clean acoustic upbeat moments of the song throughout verse 1 and verse 2, and of course Tatiana's vocals are just absolutely magnificent in this, incorporating those angelic vocals, and booyah, I love that. And also incorporating that growl throughout the chorus. Get some really awesome blast beats by Vlad as well. At first I didn't really enjoy the sound of his snare, but I know he's doing something different. His snare sounds very different throughout this album, but you can really appreciate the tone of the snare, the tone of the drums, and I just really love the refrain of this song along with the chorus. Your judgment, son, your own punishment. It's definitely talking about people that are feeling uncomfortable, that we have to attack this situation in order to feel comfortable. Every action causes reaction. This is what this song is about, and I really love the overall punishment of this song as well. Like, it's a very heavy song, it's gritty as well, and Judgment and Punishment definitely slates what this album is about. There are certain elements of this album that are really related to Micro. Retrospection is hands down my favorite song on the album. It is indeed, because that riff is one of the most attractive, enticing riffs you can ever get in a Jinjer song, you can ever get in a song as well. It is absolutely amazing. I love how she's talking Ukrainian throughout the introduction. Pretty sure it's Ukraine, it's got to be Ukraine, they're from Ukraine. But I absolutely love the introduction, and especially that guitar riff, that introduction, that riff is so damn sexy. Absolutely love it. I really love this song overall. Again, Eugene's bass is so damn prominent, along with the awesome drums by Vlad as well. But overall, this song is definitely, I feel like this song is a concept to dreadful moments. It has to be, because this is all about maybe talking about her childhood, what they had to put up with, about fathers and mothers' love, whether the father loved them or not. But in Micro, I think it was talking about Tatiana. In Macro, it's maybe talking about maybe Ukrainian people themselves and how maybe their parents treated them. I think that Micro and Macro definitely interchangeable here, and they relate to each other, and I feel like Retrospective is definitely related to Dreadful Moments, about the overall maybe culture of Ukraine right now. So that's what I was getting from this song, but I love the groove of this song, and this is absolutely a magnificent song. Pounding drums throughout this song, along with that amazing guitar riff. So the album continues to flow like water here, and we move on to Pausing Death, which was just another fantastic song. I love it, I love it, I love it. Again, another political song, maybe talking about Ukraine here, but I just feel like Jinjer is really pissed off throughout this song, maybe questioning whether we are dead or alive as well. We turn to a cemetery for the alive. Like, maybe we are best to be dead than alive. Maybe this is talking about mankind themselves. You could understand that maybe this is Pausing Death is actually related to Ape from Micro. I love the interchangeable connections throughout some of these songs. Now throughout Pausing Death, you get a really nice acoustic clean section, and I really enjoy this part. Tatiana's vocals from a harsh aggressive to that really nice jazz section as well. I absolutely love the use of the rim clips by Vlad. And then it gets heavier and heavier, and throughout that outro, it's probably one of the heaviest outros from the album. I gotta say, it's probably the heaviest outro of the album. It's just amazing how dynamic and raw Tatiana's vocals can get. And yeah, this is another stellar song by Ginger. Really do enjoy it. So then we move to Noah. In my opinion, it's probably the weakest song. I'd say it's probably the weakest song. It's overall, the lyrics don't really get to me at all. I feel like this is apparently rewriting the Bible or something like that about Noah's Ark. I don't really enjoy Noah, and that's my honest opinion. I feel that the melody is not that great. It's quite a forgettable song. Again, maybe this is talking about maybe political issues here, political standards across this song, referring to Noah's Ark, about the flood. Maybe it's actually talking about the craziness of what people believe in nowadays. I don't know, but I just feel there has to be something deeper than the actual Noah. And I really do enjoy this song for what it is, but I feel this is the weakest song off the album. It's still a good song, but it's definitely one of the weakest songs off the album. Then we move on to Home Back, which is just a fantastic song. It is. Tatiana's vocals are just fantastic. Now, this song is definitely talking about the war that Ginger had to flee from. Ukraine and Russia go head to head, and this is all about it. This is about them fleeing the town, fleeing their hometown. It looks like they have become the center of conflict here. Is an angel watching over us? Isn't an air fire making a fuss? Know these are soldiers blunt marching to defeat, marching to death. Like, the overall lyrics are so damn strong as well. Really do enjoy the grittiness guitars, the grittiness bass as well. And Tatiana's vocals, again, dynamic and raw at times, but yet beautiful and angelic throughout a really awesome swing jazzy section, just similar to Pausing Death. And I really love it. I really love the build up of this song after the jazzy section, and how her vocals just transition into that heavy and demonic voice that we all love by Tatiana. Again, another stellar song by Ginger. Heavy grittiness song, not as heavy as Pausing Death, but I gotta say Home Back is a must listen on this album. But then we move on to Prophecy. Now, Prophecy is a very interesting song. Again, I feel this is probably one of the weakest songs off the album, but not quite. I don't think it's as disjointed as Noah, but it's probably one of the weakest songs off the album. I do enjoy it. Taking me a very long time to enjoy it. But again, Tatiana's vocals are just magnificent. I keep saying that, but they are. Her death metal vocals are just one of the best in my opinion. Just the way and how aggressive this song is. It's again another heavy song. All I can say, if you haven't heard this album is a very heavy album, and I really do enjoy just the different elements. You got reggae, you got death metal, and her growls are throughout this album is just fantastic. Anyway, we'll talk about Prophecy. Good song, but not the best song. And maybe again, this is talking about political standards. Maybe it's talking about the government. I'm not too sure about this song, but overall the lyrics are okay in my opinion. We move on to Perennial. This is not a good song in my opinion. They ended the EP with Micro, which was an interesting instrumental. Then they got Backward Perennial, which has the same melody as Perennial, connection to Perennial as well. But I don't think this should have ended the album. To me, it gives you a bad taste in your mouth. It does. Because what is such a stellar, strong album, it just ends off with a really subtle moment of the album, and this is the Backward Perennial song. So it's an instrumental. Apparently it's an instrumental. I don't really enjoy it. I feel they could have probably ended this album with Retrospection and put Backward Perennial probably in middle section just for an interlude or something like that. But this is a long song as well. It's about 5 minutes long. Maybe it's a downwind of things, but I just feel that this track is completely in the wrong tracking list, and that's my honest opinion. You want an honest opinion, I'll give you an honest opinion. This song does lack, it's got the same melody as Perennial. You can say it's Perennial Part 2, but really it's a very disappointing Perennial Part 2. Maybe it's talking about the changes in life here. It's a cycle, maybe talking about life as a cycle. To be honest, I don't really enjoy track 9 of this album. But overall, Ginger Macro is a really good album, it is. And probably the weakest songs is Noah, The Prophecy, and Backward Perennial. The rest of this album is stellar. And when the album is stellar, you know I'm going to score this a pretty high score. So for this album, I love the up and downs of this album. Tatiana's vocals are just exceptional in this. I really love it. Her harsh, aggressive vocals to her angelic vocals at times. Eugene's bass is so damn prominent as well. Very good album at Ginger. I don't think it's their best album, to be honest, but it's up there. It's up there. So with Ginger Macro, I'm gonna give this a solid 8 out of 10. I can't give this any more higher. Maybe an 8.5, but that is max. It's just because those 3 songs of the album is just a little bit of a letdown in my opinion. But it's also got one of them, probably the best. It's got also one of the best riffs I've ever heard in my life. And that's Retrospection. So yeah, I think you all know what my favorite song of the album is. And guys, comment below what you thought about this review. Also comment below what your favorite song of this album is. What you thought about this album. Put your score, drop a like, and I will see you in the next one.